I mean, definitely not. This is a much bigger move than I expected to the upside. That's for sure. But like I said, I hardly ever do I see everything, guys. You know. But that's that Magus move. Jeez. For the love of God. These charts were open for an hour. I go live and they close. It's so annoying. A couple things lead me to believe that we're not going any higher here. So first off, on the 1 month, the halting of a bullish trend, right? We didn't see any bullish cards before this Hangman card, implying that within the Hangman card there is a bit of a rally, and then that rally's halted by a bullish trend. Now, I did not expect to see this much of a rally to the upside, I gotta say. But with that said, the following day is selling from near overbought peak or crest. Just missed that. Well, that's the non-adjusted version, but just missed it. And then this was the crest, this bit of a rally into a crest that I expected to see, but like, damn, that's a move. Wow. And I mean, you could see here the Magus card early in the day, followed by the Aeon card pushing the upper end of a range higher towards the end of the day. Now there's trade opportunity here, guys. Right, there's that U-shaped dip. The priestess, followed by pushing the upper end of a range higher, right? So we're at the upper end of a range here, and then we pushed it higher. Aeon card. So now really what we should be seeing are 3 pokes through the same resistance. And there's some speech, something spoken around the close or just after the close today that's going to be very misleading, intentionally deceptive. It shows up here on the 10th, right? That same ruin in that same position. I mean, it could have been right side up. It would have meant something different, but it's like the same angle and everything. So be mindful of whatever that is that's being spoken after the bell. And then we have this happiness card here, which important to point out. On the 1 month, we have the happiness card for the 11th. Go down.
Say bye to everybody. Bye-bye.
Mwah. Go play with your biscuits. Yeah, this is interesting. Right through those three universals again, damn. Now remember here, that's an opportunity to play both directions, right? So like, why is this so slow right now? So there's the Magus card. I'd say probably this price level right here we could say is the Princess of Swords. I think it's probably this price level here. Oh, what the heck? Yeah, that lines up pretty well with the peak that we saw back on the 2nd. I'm just gonna do it on my permanent chart real quick here. Alright, so that's that Princess of Swords energy, or price level, I should say. That's what I think it is. Which would likely mean that this is an opportunity if one did position themselves early in the morning with a call, probably a little bit late based on the reading. Man, I really expected a lower open. Totally caught me off guard. Sorry, guys. But in any case, if that's the case and one did position themselves in both directions, likely, you know, this end of day high is an opportunity to open up to close the long side of that position. And it looks like we revisit a past support level that was recently an opportunity when we have a period of sideways rotation and a sharp drop within that period of sideways rotation. Although I think we probably open higher. The prudent thing would be to take the profit on the long side now and not wait till tomorrow. That would be the wise move. But with that said, in the pre-market here, we have a cash out opportunity at a support level. So we probably turn resistance into support here. But it's easily missed, which is also another reason why maybe it's better to do it here. And then look out for that big drop over the weekend. Now, I wouldn't close out of that position just yet, just to be clear, guys. Although we are pretty close to overbought on a 5 minute. Let's look at a 10 minute. Because remember, what we're looking for is like there's an overbought, near overbought crest or peak, and 3 pokes through the same price level. So 3 pokes through the same price level in the last hour or so, and then around the close we have that drop from the 3rd poke, and we should be overbought by then, or near overbought. So we're on a 10-minute chart, we're also near overbought. I wouldn't wait too long. Matter of fact. We're looking for 3 pokes. We're looking for 3 pokes. So, but I mean, now would be a good time if you got a profit. Maybe there's a slightly better time in the near future in this hour because we do have some way to go. But you know, depends on how cautious you are, how much risk tolerance you have. Anyhow, I notated it. If you're just hopping on, I notated this price level here as the Princess of Swords from this morning, meaning it's a good mean point to play both sides of the market. My sense is that we'll probably be below this price level again by the end of tomorrow. Open notably lower on the 14th. And there's a bearish opportunity there in the midst of a rally. Man, I wish I had a clearer 1 year. I did this thing so long ago. Like my skills have evolved so much. It's just like, when I look at this now, you know. So it's like I wish I had an updated version of these last 2 months to be able to really determine if we're going lower or if we're going to meet the same lows. My sense is we probably meet the same lows or close. Maybe not. There's going to be a drop there, though. We have here in the end of November rally that offers opportunity to open up a short position, and the low in December takes place due to a sharp decline through multiple support levels on a 1 year chart. At least on a 1 month chart. Probably a 1 year chart. It also lines up with the beginning of Mercury retrograde's pre-shadow again, which is where we get all that volatility. Guys, so someone writes to me today. So 2 weeks ago was $10 possible. In 2023 and now you're bearish, question mark. Guys, watch your tone. Like, I already talked with this guy about it. There's a miscommunication there, but like normally I would have just blocked this person, because if you can't have the decency to make sure that your post isn't just some like snarky thing, like I don't have time to like waste responding to you, you know. So for whatever reason, I let this guy, you know, rather than blocking him, I asked him, and you know, he said it was a miscommunication, so that's cool. But like, just a word of caution, guys, I've dealt with so much discrimination that people don't even consider discrimination, because being a psychic is so difficult to believe, and it's so much easier to just believe it doesn't exist. And if it doesn't exist, then it's not discrimination to call somebody a liar, right? No, it's totally fucking discrimination. It's totally fucking discrimination. I tell you, I'm a psychic. It's a trait. It's a personal human trait. Just like the color of my skin and my nationality and the sex, all of those things are ways that you can discriminate. So is being a psychic, and it just so happens that it's so acceptable that people don't even realize it's discrimination. So with that said, I've dealt with so much of it, guys. I have like literally like a zero tolerance. If I feel like there's a question, if I read something, I'm like, did he mean it like nastily? I block that person. I have zero patience and zero time. And, you know, if you start saying, there was that other guy that was like, oh, so you know, Bitcoin went down, you said it was going to go up, I thought you were 98% accurate, yada yada, like, that guy got blocked. Don't whine. Just because you don't know how to trade. But, you know, my point is that, like, that was immediate, that guy was gone. I would, you know, the part of it is because when somebody writes something, like, as part of my brand, I take it very seriously, and as part of my brand, I need to make sure that I respond, right? Especially if somebody says that I said something and I didn't say it, it's like, you know, like I need to waste my time to comment, because I don't take comments down, and that I don't take that lightly. When I have to waste my time to correct somebody's comment, I'd rather just block them instead. So it's just a word of caution. I'm not trying to sound like dick or anything. I'm just making it clear that I've got nothing to prove. I don't waste my time proving shit to people. If they're snarky, there's no point. I just get rid of them. If they're not snarky and they want me to like prove it, I probably am just gonna be like, dude, just go look at the YouTube channel. There's plenty of proof. Look at tomorrow's prediction. Like, I don't waste my time trying to prove plenty of proof. I just block. There's plenty more people, like what I'm providing nobody else can provide, so like I don't need everybody's follow. I love everybody's follow, unless you're a snark, and then you're gone. It's that simple. So if you're just hopping on, guys, okay, so this could be a second poke. This is probably the first poke. What do we got? Yeah, we got 39 minutes left. This is probably the first poke, right? And what we see is 3 pokes. And then I think probably this selling from near overbought territory, or from a near overbought crest, this is going to be combined with that third poke, is my sense, right around the close. And that's where we should see a notable drop. There's an adjustment here, which is interesting because that's pretty bullish, but this is overall is a pretty bearish card. To see this kind of a move with this card is very alarming to me. Especially when we have deception here. Guys, this is very interesting. So we have deception here at the end of the day, probably just after the close, something spoken, intentionally deceptive. And when we look at the 1 month, we got that exact same ruin at the end of the day on the 10th. Not only is it the same ruin, look at it. It's in the exact same position. Right, so this is going to be something significant that we're speaking on, and it'll be intentionally deceptive. The end of day here is a trade opportunity. If you hopped in here on the long side to create like a straddle or a strangle using options or something like that, if you open up a long position here around the Princess of Swords early in the morning, probably did it around here. even though this move happened. If you followed along, you probably did it there a little bit late and did it there, but even so, still some profit. And the cautious thing to do would be to take it now. My sense is that we do open higher, and there's a cash out opportunity first thing in the morning, it looks like, but that doesn't make being cautious any more like the better play, you know what I mean? Like you take your winnings when you have the opportunity, you know. I think something that I used to do a lot is I'd have a profit like in front of me, and I'd be like, oh, if I sell now, I'm gonna miss out on all this profit. This imaginatory like situation in my head, when really the scenario that I always looked for was right in front of me, and I passed it up for some imaginary version of what could be. Right? Big mistake. You should seize opportunity during the lifetime of the opportunity. Otherwise, the opportunity evaporates. Just saying. And then something else that's of note, the happiness card here, end of the day, is also the happiness card for the following day. So we should likely see some selling here pretty notably. Man, how did I miss this? When these type of things happen, it's actually like a really great opportunity for me to learn. So I take it seriously when I miss something like this. Like, it's there. There's the Magus card. I mean, that's the Magus card move right there, right? But the Universe card beforehand is what's interesting. I mean, we did kind of catch that rally there, right? End of day at a low. We did say that. But for whatever reason, it did look to me a lot like we would have a lower open. It's just a lot of things saying that. Yeah, but that's not what the happiness card means from the standpoint of technical analysis, my friend. Good to see you around Earth. The happiness card on a technical analysis frame is a selling from a near overbought peak or crest. So it's actually a bearish card, but it's like you're taking profits from a rally that you're, kind of like got to overbought territory and crested off. And it's near overbought territory. To be clear, it's not overbought territory, it's near overbought territory. Like where we are right now. Alright, this is a 10-minute chart, guys. We look at a 1-minute chart. Alright, that could be 2 pokes right there. That looks like 2 pokes to me. I'd probably get out here, guys, on the long end. If I was long and I had a profit, I would take it here. to be safe. It's always better to take a day trade, guys. There's plenty more opportunities. It's like when you don't take the opportunity and you do that enough times and you miss out on the profit, then you run out of opportunities because your profits turn into losses, or you're missing out on profits turns into losses because you still have mistakes. So you need to make those gains to counteract the losses. But if you're not seizing your gains, your losses are going to hurt, right? Oh, look at this little move to the upside. Yes, I would totally use the premium in here, guys. Third poke. There's a premium if you sell calls right now, because we're going higher, like in a notable fake out sort of way. Alright, well that could be 2 pokes then. Technically it could still be 3 pokes if it turns around there. Hey B. Disney. I don't know if I did Disney, but we'll see. Can never remember at this point. No, just the October's there. Well, let's take a look. Oh, Jesus. I'd probably buy a straddle or a strangle there if I was going to buy calls, because we did break below this price level here. There's a good shot that we fill that gap. I mean, usually you fill a gap, right? See, like we filled this gap here not too long after. Right, we filled this gap not too long after. We filled this gap not too long after. You see how that works? So this is a pretty big gap, meaning that you could probably get a profit out of like a tight straddle. You know, same strike price in both directions. Because we might go lower, guys. Look at that. I mean, that based on technical analysis, but this could also very well be like a fake out that they do. From the standpoint of the S&P, so this is probably the first poke then. That's my sense. Probably the first poke. So my sense is that we go lower over tomorrow, and then there's a sharp drop over the weekend. I'm so sorry, guys. Ugh, something like a bad taste in my mouth. And then we'd see a crest that'll stand out between like two drops there. Um, yeah, there could be a big pop, but we could also drop too. I mean, right? We gapped up, we continued higher first, then we filled. Right? We gapped up, kind of did like a little bit of a retracement, but then higher, and then we filled. We gapped down, went lower, then we filled. Right? So we'll probably go a little lower, is my sense. But you could probably make some money with that with a tight straddle. The same strike price of both puts and calls for like the same expiration. And you want to give yourself enough time for a big move, because you need a big move to make money from a straddle. It's just, this is a pretty decent sized gap comparatively speaking. Very likely we go down a little bit, then we fill, test a resistance, and then go lower. I'm gonna have pretty solid readings for Disney in 2023. What's exciting is that this year, like in 2022, the only one year I really worked with, for the most part, the only one year I really worked with was the S&P 500, right? Come 2023, I mean, there's already like there's already 29 2023 readings that have been initiated. And I say initiated because if you're new and you don't know, these readings and extrapolating this information takes quite a lot of time, guys. There's 3 steps. First, well, 4 steps technically. First, there's like the preparation, which takes the longest. The preparation before the readings, setting space, energetically, like cleansing, all that stuff takes a very long time. And then you photograph the readings. That's step 1. Step 2, you mark up those photographs, find the pattern recognition portion, utilizing SO meta-analysis, and then step 3 is when I actually record and schedule. Overall, I mean, I probably got it down to like 2 hours and like 15 minutes or something on average per reading now, but that's a lot of time, guys, you know? Tesla. Oh, that's the wrong chart. What the heck? There we go. I'd do the same thing with Tesla. I'd open up a straddle. This is a seriously, like a severely bearish kind of technical event that's taking place. It is bearish most of the month, it looks like, for Tesla as well. So if I was gonna buy calls, there's going to be a lucky opportunity there, but the way that this ruin is set up, I'm not going to advise any sort of trade, because this ruin is really tricky in that position. Like, expectations can be very different. Hey guys, if you just hopped on to TikTok, we're live on YouTube on our Tarot for Traders channel on YouTube. It's Tarot FOR Traders on YouTube, and we're looking at a live Tesla chart and the reading that we did for November with the day-by-day predictions of the chart and the highs and the lows by the day. And we definitely, on the 7th and 8th of November, we have unicursal hexagram energy. On the 7th, we had an opportunity in a rally to open up a short position. Let's see how that did. Looks like I was a little late, but even so, we still nailed a pretty notable decline here on the 8th. This ruin is starting to give me more meaning than originally I thought, because that's how this happened. Interesting. It's telling me that this rally takes place here when we revisit a crest. Right? That was the 4th, and what did we do? We revisited a crest, sort of. Huh? You learn as you go, right? But even so, there's a pretty strong drop there on the 8th. We nailed that. I would open up a straddle, guys. It's tough because you have like on the S&P there's a peak over here, but there's also like a drop. The Fool card is a very wild kind of card. It can mean bullish or bearish, or neither. It could even mean neither. But what it does mean is a lucky opportunity. So if you play your cards right, no pun intended, could set yourself up pretty well for a profitable trade. It looks like the 11th, setting up this trade on the opening it on the 11th. It looks like the closing period would be on the 22nd. Somehow connected to the 22nd. But again, I wouldn't advise. I'm not going to advise direction or what type of trade to make on it. I leave that to you guys, because based on that ruin, what is that ruin called? Pured, I think is how it's said, pured. But it's reverse, and that's not a good sign for intuition. It means that you're being led astray by your intuition, which occasionally happens, guys, especially if you're a Cancer, you know, like myself. But hey guys, if you're just hopping on the TikTok, check us out on our YouTube channel. Where did Apple go? Wow, they're having quite the day today. Interesting, interesting, interesting. It's also got a correlation to the Princess of Wands. Couple of things that means. The correlation here to the Princess of Wands at a low indicates in a lot of cases that you're either going to revisit the low that it's the Princess of Wands appears in, right? So it correlates here, which means we probably revisit the price level of the November low somewhere, or we go lower. In the 1 year for 2022, I don't think it's the case that we go lower. I think probably what happens is that we go higher into the end of the year, and there's a test at resistance towards the end of the year or early into 2023. Did I do Apple 2023? Yeah, interesting. And there's that failed attempt to break through resistance. Oops. Failed attempt to break through resistance. We may see a lower low in February for Apple than we see in November. And then we shoot higher, like significantly higher out of the low in February. Now, you have to give that plus or minus 2 weeks. So it could be like like in early January, let's say, these cards represent 2 weeks at a time. It's a very generalized time frame. But somewhere around there, probably in February, appears to be a lower low. Is it a lower lower? Wow, I just realized that the next really juicy time frame for me to do readings is like right during Thanksgiving when I'm supposed to be moving. It like never, oh, it's so aggravating. I just want to have like a stable place to live and get on with my fucking life already. But I'm giving away all my shit for free. That may change next year, guys. I'm not getting enough support. I mean, I appreciate the support from those that are supporting. You guys are fucking fantastic. That's why we're still going. But it's not enough. For the amount of work I'm doing, I need to go. And that's not on you guys that support, to be clear. It's on those that don't and just take. I'll probably end up, like, sometime next year or at the start of the year, privatizing all of my monthlies and making them for pay because I'm not seeing nearly the reciprocation that I should. I'm not gonna struggle the rest of my fucking life. I struggled the first half of my life to get this far and figure out how to do this, and it took me everything I fucking had. And now people are paying attention, and my life is gonna get better and better, as long as I don't just allow myself to be taken advantage of. Which, you know, I'm a nice guy, for the most part. Not sure how I got on that spiel, but yeah. As far as, let's look at the November. It might actually make sense. I would still go with like a straddle, but yeah, I think you're probably on point with buying the call, buying Apple calls here. Looks like we have a high and like either the same high and the same low price levels as we do in November. We have them in December, or it'll be a higher high and a higher low. But we see both of them in December. A notable high and a notable low. There might be like a real pop here at the end of the, like on the 11th. I still think straddle. I'd put on a straddle or a strangle at this price, or I'd put on a straddle at this price level. Same strike price, both puts and calls, expiring out. Probably like the beginning of next month, and then I'd exit both positions somewhere around here. That looks like there's a low and then like a serious move higher. Well, there's a unicursal there too. Shit. Yeah, well, in any case, by that point, I would exit for a profit probably in one direction. Yeah, I mean, maybe it doesn't end up being the lowest low. Maybe that ends up being the lowest low. June was about mid-year. Where is this? June. And then something in September. Yeah, so we were in a bit of a rally mode, and then we came back to another low, and then it went deeper. Yeah, I mean, it's, for Apple, this is definitely what appears to be the last low of the year, to be clear. It's the last low of the year, but have we hit it yet? That remains to be seen. Let me see. I think we have. We might see it again, though. It looks like in December. Let me take a look again. With that, we'll probably see close to it in December, the same price level. We'll also see same price level as the high, roughly. But the thing is that the sneak preview for December is in the midst of a decline to open up a long position. So probably early on there's a decline there. I'm working on December as we speak. That's the next one to come out. Hello, that's going to come out tomorrow, guys, just to be clear. Oh, you know what? This is probably already the moving higher to reach a peak. Like we're already in the behavior of the 11th on the Apple November reading. So there's the Queen of Discs here revisiting a recent past opportunity when we have a sharp dip within a period of volatility and we dip to a support level that's an opportunity. And then there's a crest as well. So like there's some back and forth going on here. Looks like we probably move higher over the week. Well, I'd probably do a straddle, like I've been saying. Always go with the gut. I think so. Yeah, round earth. I'm pretty sure. Although I'll tell you, my 1 year for Bitcoin, I expected much more bullish behavior than we saw. Did I do a 10-year for them for Bitcoin? Let me see. I did. I don't have a screenshot of this. This is another early 10-year, so I'm going to mark this up and come back at it. I went and did the pattern recognition afterwards, and my stance on ADA changed pretty substantially. Oh wait, let me do that one more time. Yeah, 2024 is looking, or excuse me, 2023 is looking pretty bullish from the standpoint of Bitcoin, and that's probably lined up more so with what the 1 year said, where we have this lust card. So we should see a pretty significant move there. We're on Tarot FOR Traders, Tarot for Traders on YouTube, looking at live charts and readings side by side. What was I doing? Bitcoin, right? No, not going to state anything on it yet. But based on the 10-year, it's looking like a rally that increases with momentum moving forward into the year. What a move. That's got to be that adjustment. So this is the Ace of Discs price level for Apple. That move likely continues into... Hey, Raymond. Let me see here, my friend. Oh, too many readings on my screens. Man, I was off there for sure. I just missed it. Just missed it. Look at that. And then I didn't see it go that high. That's pretty crazy, that move higher. But I did say price swings, right? I said price swings here. 8th, 9th, and 10th. Anyhow, let's see. Thanks for the share, Tammy. I really appreciate it. Much appreciated. Guys, if you're just hopping on to TikTok, you can check us out live on our YouTube channel, Tarot for Traders. We're looking at the S&P 500 chart live, side by side with the tarot reading we did for tomorrow. I'm planning our trades for tomorrow based on what we see. I'd buy puts right at the open. Or I'd buy them now even. If you still have the capability to do so. If you're talking about puts for the S&P 500, FYI. Let me see. Man, where are those three pokes? Oh, hey. This could be a maybe one here. I'm looking for it. I'm definitely looking for it. But this could technically be considered... Let me see. It might be. No. I don't think so. That could be considered. Alright, so look, we've got what appears to be 3 pokes here. And we're in the middle of the 3rd poke, to be clear. We haven't completed it yet. 1 poke, 2 pokes. This is the 3rd poke. That's my sense. Yeah, I would get puts if you can't do so now. I would definitely get puts first thing. That's what I originally would have planned if I was trading. I would have opened up puts. Well, you have to be really quick. Like there's a peak there that's easy, but right now is probably a good time to buy those puts. See, trade opportunity tomorrow out of a decline and move from the bottom of a range to the top of a range, right? So we've got a decline here. And then we hit a resistance level and we rotate sideways and there's a fast sudden move higher there. But even before that fast sudden move higher, I think probably as soon as I could, unless the decline has already commenced, then I'd look for the fast sudden move higher to hop in. Whoa. It's going to offer an opportunity as well, pretty lucky opportunity to open up some protection there as well. There's going to be like a notable move higher there in that full card, a little bit before the midday probably. Wherever I see a big move higher after a drop, that's where I'd probably want to get in. If I don't get in before the drop. Hey, outside well. Yeah, my sense is that we open higher, and then what we see is like a decline out of that open, and then a move higher. Maybe we open the same price level. We probably open higher. I don't know how much higher. Right, it says don't expect too much here, so maybe not that much at all. It could be roughly the same price level, because we have that high in the pre-market, right? We fall from that, and then there's a notable move out of that decline. That's that strength card move. That's that Knight of. It's either the Knight of Discs move, or it's this full card energy. And would I hold until Monday? Yes, I would hold until Monday. Huh. The interesting thing is, in a lot of cases, it's not always. I don't consider the Queen of Discs to be an opportunity card because there's so many other things that it's utilized for. But there are a lot of cases where it indicates an opportunity because we're revisiting a past opportunity. Now, that doesn't specify whether it's still an opportunity, to be clear. But we revisit a past opportunity at a support level, so it might be. It depends on what the cards say, right? And my point is that correlates to the end of the day low. And that would be a long open for a long position. I don't know. I see a pretty substantial drop somewhere towards the second half of this day and into the post market overnight. I might roll those puts in the morning on the 14th. Yeah, there's an indolence card right here at the open. Indolence, brief high that'll be easily missed. I used to think that it meant a high that will not be revisited within the time frame of the reading, within which in a lot of cases it ends up being the case, but that's not what it means. It means a brief high that will be easily missed. Usually it's just like poke and then you're done. Usually. But I don't foresee it being much like far, like the opening level to be far from where we've closed. You're welcome, Raymond. I'd probably roll them on Monday, just to be concise. I'd probably roll them on Monday. Let me look at the 1 month. Because there's a crest and then there's a low. And I think this is probably the lowest low. Or the same low that we saw here on, around the 10th, 9th or 10th. Oh, on Monday? There's no indolence card there. Oh. So the peak today. Wow, okay, the peak today and the peak tomorrow, so it's probably the same price level. We're probably like right around the peak, guys. But it's a brief high that will be easily missed. You can see it right here, right? So this is the halting of a bullish trend. We haven't seen the halting of a bullish trend marked by a steep decline through a key support level, but what we did see is the bullish trend portion, right? And then right at the close, we have the happiness card. So we're like right on the edge there, guys, if we don't do it now. Anyhow, guys, I'm gonna roll. Thank you so much for watching. Oh, when do I see the lowest low? No, I think the lowest low is probably the 17th. If it's not the 17th, then maybe somewhere here early in the week. But I think it's probably the 17th. Either that or we hit it and we revisit the same low here on the 17th. That's my sense. But I mean, I don't always see where the lowest low is. Sometimes it's just a prominent, it just gives me prominent lows, you know, through deduction. All right, so Raymond, tomorrow, if there's a drop like in the pre-market and there's no rally out of it, I would wait until there's a move higher. No, it's hard to say, man. It's hard to say because there's that indolence card. I'd probably just do it like now if you can, or first thing in the morning like you plan. All right, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow.